Let's go. AndShare is an open source CMS designed to focus on content curation as well as content syndication. There are many open source content management systems out there, but none that have been built from the ground up to facilitate the curation and syndication of content to multiple channels. AndShare can be hosted on your local computer or it can be hosted in the cloud. The codebase is open source to promote transparency, community, and custom development. AndShare CMS has taken design principles from legendary content management systems like WordPress in order to ensure that the platform is easy to extend with custom features and plugins. We'll talk more about this later in the video. Inside the AndShare CMS, we have two major frameworks, sensors and models. Sensors extend the AndShare CMS to monitor third-party services for events. When the event matches our rules, we will send it to our models. We've chosen Discord to be the first service we develop a sensor for. In this video, we will show how the AndShare CMS monitors a Discord network for curation events. Before we get into the demo, let's talk about models. Models extend the AndShare CMS and they offer formatting opportunities and publishing routines to help us send content to the destination of our choice. Models can support any platform that provides an API for publishing. Models can even go further to simulate automated browsing routines for applications that may not have an API available yet. AndShare CMS is currently being prototyped with very basic Twitter and WordPress models as well as ChatGPT Enhanced models. We hope you notice how powerful this framework can be. Introducing the alpha prototype, starting with sensors. Now we are taking a look at the AndShare CMS UI, which is powered by NextJS and running from our local host environment. Here we're looking at the sensors page where we have a Discord sensor, and you can see that our sensor has multiple settings that are programmed into it. One of the abilities is to target users inside our Discord network for curation events, and another one is to target entire roles for curation events. We have an experimental setting under these for cleaning up content that our curators post before we send it to our models. The setting under it is a setting to delay publishing events once curation events happen and are detected and are scheduled for publishing. We like to delay by 1 to 2 hours so we have a chance to edit our material before it actually is syndicated to its final destinations. Moving over from the sensors page to the integrations page, you can see that this is where we store our API keys. The API keys are obfuscated, and here you'll see several services that we will be using for this demonstration, such as Twitter, OpenAI, X, if you want to call Twitter X, and WordPress, and Discord. For Discord, this is required because we need to connect this service, the AndShare service, to our Discord network. For Twitter, that will power our basic publishing and GPT power publishing models. For OpenAI, that will power our GPT Enhanced models. It's really cool stuff what we're able to do with the large language models. Now let's begin talking about the Twitter basic model. Starting back in our sensors page, we're going to add some codes that'll help us listen for special messages in Discord, and then we select which models we want those messages to be relayed to. So let's go ahead and set up AndShare, or the and symbol S, with the Twitter basic model. Now let's start our server. We're in the queue page now. It's launching, powered by Node. And now we need to go into our Discord network and share our URL. Alright, we add our special code to the end of our URL and fire. If all is well, when we return to our UI, yep, we see it. The content has been imported and it's scheduled to go to Twitter. And you can see that our model has formatted a title, it's formatted the tweet, and it's even auto-tagged the tweet using categories located in the Discord network. We can also use this edit feature to add our own hashtags to the content before it gets published. And here we're going to change our publish date to something immediate so we can see this model published to Twitter in action. Well, okay. Now, if all is well, our server will detect that this content is ready to be published. And let's check Twitter. Let's go into our profile and see if our content was published. And yes, we can see that the Twitter content made it. It made it to our account. And our logs even logged the tweet event in our console. Now inside our UI, let's head into the history section where we can review this latest action item. Now in the future, we're going to have cool features on what we can do from the history section, but for now, it just shows a record of everything that's occurred. It's also notable that SQLite is used to store the data of our content that's been syndicated, and we actually have two database tables. We have one for our queue and we have one for our history, but they're nearly identical in nature. So now that we've seen this, let's go ahead and take a look at our next model, the ChatGPT Enhanced Twitter model. Heading back into our sensors page, let's add a new trigger code. This time let's use #S instead of and symbol S, and let's select the GPT Enhanced Twitter model. Next, we're going to head back into our main homepage, also known as the queue, and start our server. Now, here the server is going to load our models and let us know that it's actively listening to Discord. Then, the next thing that we are going to want to do is head into Discord and select the same link we used last time that used the Twitter basic model and add it in and change our trigger code to #S. Now that we've pressed return, our application should pick up this new piece of content that has been curated. Alright, and there it is. It's been loaded. And you can see that it's, with only a given URL, it's gone through our ChatGPT model, and ChatGPT has created a summary and also generated hashtags for us in addition to our Discord categories. So let's go ahead and set this publish time to current time so that the publishing event fires on our model, and if all is well, it should be fired here very shortly. There it goes. Okay. So now that it's been published and our logs confirms it, let's head into Twitter and let's take a look at the tweet. And there we go. We have our GPT Enhanced tweet right here with the large language model summary right there and the tags. So now, just for fun, let's take a look and compare the basic model versus the GPT model. And you can see that the GPT model debatably has a higher quality, and wow, what we can do with this model is incredible. We can clone it and fine-tune it in many ways to suit our purposes. So here we are back at the history page, just showing that the content went through, and that's pretty much it. But let's do it again. And this time, instead of using the same article that we used with our Twitter basic model, let's use a brand new URL to test on. So here, let's go back into Discord. Let's find a new article to syndicate. Let's paste it in. This time, let's let it be a YouTube video, and let's add #S and press fire. Okay, so we've sent this YouTube video, only the URL, through the model, and you can tell that after the GPT has done its work, it's prepared a very nice tweet according to our internal formatting. Let's go ahead and clean it up. There's some still bugs with this alpha prototype regarding spacing. That's fine. We'll take care of it later. Make sure that the tags are where we like them. And let's set the publishing time to right now so we can also see how this looks once it is sent to Twitter. So let's save that. All right, and anytime now, it should be picked up by our publishing. Yep, and it's being syndicated out right now. So heading back into Twitter, let's check out this new piece of content posted. And there it is, all from one YouTube video URL. So that's great. Let's try to pick out another example that is not a YouTube video and is article based. Add our code, our trigger code here. And our AndShare knows to listen to myself as an administrator. So it detects the trigger code, it imports the content, and let's check out the summary in this one right here. Yeah, it's very thorough. Let's do some editing work before this goes out. Maybe add a hashtag to it to make it to further its reach on the platform. And then our system will eventually pick this one up and publish it to Twitter. Now let's talk about the WordPress basic model. It's very basic, but we'll get right into it. One of the basic goals that we wanted from this system was to be able to do things like commit to our code base and have blog posts automatically generated in the format of an update where we explain recent changes and let the large language model sort of summarize everything, and then we would quickly edit it and schedule it for publishing. So in order to do that, we wanted to work on our WordPress connection. So to begin with, we developed a very basic proof of concept that we intend to make available to others. So to get started with the demonstration, first let's add a new trigger code, #W, and assign our WordPress model to it. Now here I have pre-created a potential announcement to our Discord community that would go into our news channel, and it's been published now, and you can see that the system has picked up our code and imported it, and it is now scheduled to be published. So let's take a look at it and see if there's anything we want to edit. Now let's bring the publish date to current time so we can see how exactly this content is sent to WordPress. All right, the system's picked it up and it has been published. So the next thing that we're going to want to do is go inside our WordPress instance and refresh the page. And here we have our content has been added to the post type, which is also the blog. And if we preview it, we can see that the content was added. Yes. So it also auto tagged it for us, and the status is in pending, so it's not going to publish until somebody signs off on it. Let's take a look at the back end of our connector plugin. This is something that we will provide. It allows us to create a secret key, and it provides an API endpoint, and it gives us some good debug data. And also, this is in alpha, so it's something that we'll continue to work on as we develop AndShare. For the AndShare CMS, we really wanted the content management system not only to listen to sensors like a Discord network or a Slack network, we also wanted the ability to directly schedule content from within the platform. So in order to facilitate this, we've created a compose button that has some pretty neat features, and we also eventually want this to be extendable by sensors as well as models, so we can have a really powerful self-publishing feature. Let's take a quick look at the compose feature in action. Let's click this button on the bottom right to open the compose feature. Here we can add our URL content or any kind of content in, and under it we can set where we want this content to go in our Discord sensor. We can also choose a model to send this to, or several models. For this example, we're going to select the GPT model and we're going to send it to Discord. So the first thing we'll see is an action to publish it to Discord is now in the queue. Now as the GPT model finishes compiling its information and preparing the tweet, we see that it also has been added to our queue as well. So for this demonstration, what we're going to want to do is first clean up our GPT stuff, and then we're going to go to our Discord URL post event, which is just a straight paste of whatever we put into our composer is going to be sent to where we tell it to in our Discord network. So we set it to publish now. It goes to the top of the queue. Our system picks it up and publishes it. So now to confirm and prove that our work occurred, what we're going to need to do is open up our Discord and see that our connected bot has published the content that we asked it to publish to Discord. Now, of course, we can create greater models to do more elaborate things with publishing back towards our Discord network. That's the beauty of the AndShare system. It's really extendable. So that's it. Thanks for being a part of the alpha release candidate demonstration. We hope that you see the power behind this new novel approach, and we hope that you're excited about it being locally hostable, open source, and powered by technologies like React, NextJS, and NodeJS. Hopefully these frameworks will support continued development as we approach a beta release and finally a final release candidate. Now, before we conclude the video, I wanted to take a quick moment to talk about model development and how it's going to be done by developers. Our models currently are very simple. They are built on two different internal methods. A prepare method, which builds the formatting and it pulls in data from external locations. It does everything it needs to get the content ready for publishing. And then we have a publish method, which is everything the model needs to do to make sure that that content that we prepared is being sent to its final destination properly. So models, as you can see, they're going to be super easy to develop by yourself and in your own development outfits. If you're a developer working with this CMS, you're going to be very pleased with the power that it grants, because it really is a very clean and simple framework for doing what a lot of people want to do, and that's automating in a powerful, flexible, and even agnostic way. And when I say agnostic, I mean you could probably do things that aren't related to syndication with this software, just taking inputs, formatting it, and having outputs and publishing events. Possibly this could help run aspects of a smart home. If that's the case, then we might need to take a different approach and do a smart home CMS in the future. It's just ideas for now. But for now, we just want to empower curators with an amazing syndication tool that they can run locally on one of their spare machines, or even host on a node supporting hosting provider. Okay, and that's it. We plan to have really great developer docs if we can get this project off the ground in the right way. All right, thanks for listening so much. The next steps is to please join the waiting list. And in order to join the waiting list, we're going to ask you to take a survey, because we want to know about the market viability of this asset, and we want your advice on how we should possibly take it to market. Is it going to be a pure GPL asset? Is it going to be behind a very low cost paywall, or is this technology should be priced high and not shared with the masses? We hope that that's not the choice people take, but we do need to figure out how we will create a business out of this, and also open it up to high adoption and high usage, and figure out ways to grow our community. So please take the survey, give us some more information back about how you would like to see the beta and then the release candidate release go. Okay, thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more updates like this.